under my power. Look into the hypnotic eye. Time now to enter Mr. Lobo's domain. Look out! Open your mind to the possibility that they're not bad movies, just misunderstood. You're not dreaming. You're watching Cinema Insomnia.
Greetings. I'm your movie host, Mr. Lobo. For 17 years, I've been hosting science fiction, fantasy, and cult films on my late-night TV series, Cinema Insomnia. My lovely co-host, Miss Mittens. What do you mean they don't care about all that? I mean, just look at them. I mean, have you ever seen a larger congregation of prescription lenses and graphic tees? I mean, these are our people. And they would have been Bob Wilkins' people, too. Tonight's Ghost of Honor, Bob Wilkins, was not a sci-fi or a horror writer, not a filmmaker, not an actor, but is beloved by fans in Northern California in the same way monster kids across the country might appreciate famous Monsters editor Forey Ackerman for introducing them to classic horror movies and monster movies. Or maybe kind of like the genre Ed Sullivan, who instead of introducing us to the Beatles, was our connection to the revolution of fantasy and sci-fi that was happening in the 1970s and early 80s. He plugged all the local comic book shops and hyped conventions and judged pumpkin carving contests and gave away tickets to film premieres. But being a little smaller, a little younger, I always thought of him as a great cool guy to watch a movie with on a Saturday night. He hosted various versions of the Bob Wilkins Show from 66 to 81 in Sacramento and Creature Features here in the Bay Area from 71 to 79. He also hosted afternoon sci-fi kid shows like Star Blazers and Ultraman as Captain Cosmic with Wonder Robot 2T2, and was one of the earliest American TV hosts to introduce a steady diet of Japanese animation and science fiction to our shores. Look what he started. Flash forward to the 90s. Mr. Lobo was writing for a magazine published by Scott Moon called Planet X that did an interview with Bob. We met for a Planet X launch party, and I ended up directing and co-producing a few live revival shows where 16mm films were screened, and Bob was gracious enough to host. I wrote jokes and made props, and at one of the shows, Bob said, "You should get out there in a chair and host movies." I don't know why the chair was so important, but I just poo-pooed Bob at first. But secretly, I wanted to. Bob continued to send postcards and audio tapes, gently coaxing me to pursue a career in front of the camera. But I was not special. Bob encouraged everyone. That was Bob's specialness, okay? If he met you, any of you out there tonight, he would find out what your fondest dream was and tell you to pursue it. In 2001, I worked at a TV station, and they had a movie at 3 a.m. that ran 20 minutes short. With Bob's encouragement, I proposed a show to wrap around that movie, and Cinema Insomnia was born. When I started syndicating the show to other stations, Bob was the series consultant and co-hosted a prime-time special shot at the Sacramento City Cemetery. We planned on using that footage this year for our season 16 finale, and when we played the tapes, we found footage has not been seen since we shot it back in 2002. Cinema Insomnia is proud to present the Lost Wilkins tapes. This footage is of our original special from 2002.
Hello there, movie fans. I'm Bob Wilkins.
You're not dreaming. You're watching Cinema Insomnia. Tonight's show is taped nearly live at the Sacramento City Cemetery, and I'm here for our special Halloween show with, quite frankly, the greatest horror host of all time, and someone I've patterned my entire career after. The man who isolated the host molecule for the U.S. Department of Defense, Mr. Bob Wilkins. Welcome to Cinema Insomnia.
You brought me out here tonight for this?
That was the idea.
I mean, people are dying to get in here, but that, you know. I got a taxi waiting, and I'll see you later.
Okay, thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Bob Wilkins. And now, some of whatever this is. I think it's clips from last year's Halloween show. I've got something in my eye. I'm Mr. Lobo. And now, a lost soldier from Napoleon's army finds a ghostly baroness, a bloodthirsty hawk, an unholy witch, a stark castle, and a mystery so confusing even the screenwriters can't follow it. Boris, embarrassing end of career Karloff, and Jack, embarrassing beginning of career Nicholson, star in a shocking film by director Roger, embarrassing entire career Corman. The Terror.
In the name of the government of France, I order you to open this door.
Come in.
Mr. Lobo was already... That's better. Mr. Lobo's checklist for a happy and safe Halloween. Kids, avoid black costumes like Batman, Dracula, ninjas, or nuns. They make you invisible to drivers. In fact, avoid all costumes altogether. Instead, carry a flashlight and trim clothing with reflective tape or paint. Only take candy from people you've known at least 5 years, and only after a thorough background check. Don't eat anything until Mom and Dad have it x-rayed at the airport and check for razor blades, needles, rat poison, or human waste. Finally, and most importantly, stay home. If you accidentally swallow reflective tape or paint, you're not far from a parent or phone. Trick or treat. Isn't safety sweet? Boo! Can you guess who I am? That's right. It's my Mr. Lobo costume. You can pick up the complete outfit at Thrifty's for only $4.95. Parents are eager to know if it's safe. I was wearing it out earlier, and people kept asking if I was retardant. Well, it is flame retardant, but it also provides protection against crazy birds. Oh! No, get away! No, not the eye holes! Oh, Cinema Insomnia will be back after these messages. Oh, no! Ow! Ow!
I, as an initiated member of the Sleepless Nights of Insomnia, do solemnly swear to watch the movie, the whole movie, and nothing but the movie. So help me, Mr. Lobo.
You may stand down.
You're free now.
Free? Andre.
This was free also. Thank you for watching Cinema Insomnia. No, this is not yours! Bob, do you remember that movie, The Terror?
Yes.
Yes?
Yeah.
Jack Nicholson and Boris Karloff and did you ever show that one on your program?
Oh, yeah. many times, yeah. It was good. You know, when you can get Karloff in there and some of the great ones, they pop it up, and rightly so. If you think about it, what's the last horror film that you have seen that was scary and enjoyable and
Not this one.
that's right, yeah.
Yeah, definitely not this one.
Yeah, this one you need to take pills.
Yeah, and I'm not taking the right ones. Maybe could you share some of yours with me, and then we can watch the film
No
again.
thanks,
Okay.
no thanks.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right, fine. Cinema Insomnia will be right back.
Invaders from Mars. He saw them land from outer space. He saw them capture innocent people only to destroy. Father turned against son. People changed into strange, weird animals. A general of the army becomes a saboteur. Trusted police the boy's parents changed into killers.
But nobody's getting anywhere out there. Nobody can locate anything. Anybody. The Martians. We've got to stop them.
Invaders from Mars, capturing humans at will for their own sinister purposes, turning them into diabolical instruments of destruction. Invaders from Mars, weird, fantastic beings of a superintelligence, ruling a race of synthetic humans and pitting them against mankind's dream to conquer the universe.
Come on, step on it. Search every tunnel. We gotta find Ronaldo and the kid. When the colonel gives the signal, get back here on the double.
Grab that tentacle there. Quick. Try to devour it. Got his leg, Jim. Free his leg. Hurry. Come on. End up. 29. 23. Hurry. 26.
I am approaching some exotic Venusian plant life. I'm going to attempt to water the alien. This is Commander Lobo. Don't even think about trying to eat me. I am armed with an atomic pistol. Nice and easy now. We're all happy campers here, just enjoying some liquid refreshment. No sudden moves. Cinema Insomnia will return with tonight's feature, Voyage to a Prehistoric Planet, after this brief time warp.
So, Bob, did you ever see that film, Voyage to the Prehistoric Planet?
I think I did when I was younger, sort of with little animated things that made animals and dinosaurs. And
I want to see the one you saw. What was that we were watching?
I don't know. But speaking of Halloween movies, Night of the Living Dead, if they've never seen it, is a very powerful film for.
We showed that Halloween night.
Next week on This Old House, our guest carpenter, Ben, will show us how to make chair legs into attractive and ornate torches. He'll also show us how to properly barricade the doors and windows of an old Victorian farmhouse to keep your monthly energy bills down and the flesh-eating undead out of your living spaces.
All right, Vince, hit him in the head, right between the eyes.
Disturbing. Thank you for watching Cinema Insomnia. Excuse me, who are you? Do you have a security pass? You know, someone at the front desk should have. Could you? You're in my space. This is Mr. Lobo for Cinema Insomnia, and I'm here with filmmaker Roger Moore. Is it?
I think it's Michael Moore.
Michael Moore, yes, that's even better. And you are working, well, you just completed this film, or has it been completed for a while, or is it completely done? Is it ready for viewing?
It was completed a few months ago, and then I decided to complete it again, and after I completed it, I decided to complete it one more time. Finally, yesterday, it really got completed, and now it's here.
Fantastic. And the name of the film is Bowling for Columbine, correct?
Bowling for Columbine, yes, sir.
And what is the meaning of that title?
It refers to the fact that the two kids that did the shooting at Columbine High School didn't want to miss their first class that day of the massacre, so they went to their bowling class, bowled 2 games, and then went and participated in the other all-American sport.
That's terribly grim.
It's a comedy about a tragedy. I don't know, does that make sense to people?
I'm not an expert on what makes sense to people. That's one of the problems that I have on my show. So Bowling for Columbine, would you say it's a scary movie?
Oh, it's a very scary movie. It's, I think, scarier than fiction horror films, because this is the real thing.
There you have it. Bowling for Columbine is the next Night of the Living Dead. So we're going to have slumber parties to this years from now.
That's probably very true, although hopefully most people will have forgotten about some of the scariest people in this film, like Mr. George W. Bush.
I've got chills. This has been Mr. Lobo.
Just saying the name freaked you out, didn't it?
Yeah, I really did. With Michael Moore and his film Bowling for Columbine, which is in theaters now. Mr. Lobo highly recommends. Don't do that.
Hello there. I'm Bob Wilkins. They wanted me to come out to the old graveyard here and bury some of the old films that we play on Channel 3 on the Late Show Saturday night. Remember this one here? The Monster That Ate Cincinnati. We're going to bury that classic. And you can look around here. It's just full of films. We've been out here all morning burying some of the old great ones. There's Attack of the Mushroom People over there, and Monster from the Surf, and the Eyed Creatures, and just they're just all over the place. We've been out here, I guess we came out about 9 o'clock this morning. It's a little after 5 now. There's one film we want to show you today that we perhaps will bury in the very near future.
Bound by no earthly law, possessing weird and enormous powers, these strange teenagers from outer space invade the Earth and prepare to possess its women. Nothing can stop their deadly advance. Earthmen are no match for their superhuman powers. They blast the flesh off humans. A moment before, she was a beautiful young girl. Now, she's a skeleton.
My kids saw it and they came home laughing and said it was hysterical, one of the funniest films they ever saw.
You can't get much more unintentionally funny than that movie, you know. But of course, someone might argue that all teenagers are from outer space, and that's all.
There are a lot of classics.
So, what do you think is your favorite? I mean, if you had like a Z-rated film, I mean, a film that just is really no good at all, but it's just entertaining for its own sake, regardless. Do you have a film like that?
I think the Three Stooges Go to Virginia was one.
The Three Stooges Go to Virginia. You know, I'm thinking in my mind, have I seen that movie?
They go, now let me think, that's the one where they go to Virginia, right?
Yes,
okay,
yeah.
now did they have...
Not Oklahoma.
Right, did they have Curly or Curly Joe?
Well, Curly.
They had Curly, they had the original Curly?
Yeah.
Okay, and Shemp wasn't involved at all at that point?
No.
No Shemp. They went to Virginia, and what happened after that?
Not much. I remember a lot of people walked out on it, but they were laughing.
But has a special place in your heart?
Yes.
All right, so go down to your video store today and ask the clerk for The Three Stooges Go to Virginia. It's recommended by Bob Wilkins. And now, these messages.
Time now for your barbecue break. Treat yourself right now to that good old Southern style just right barbecue. Steeped in taste-tingling barbecue sauce, made just right from fresh, firm, choice ingredients. The recipe handed down for generations and cooked Southern style to tender perfection. Slowly, hour after hour, capturing the taste-tempting barbecue flavor. It's just right tender goodness, generously spooned on a fresh, soft bun for you. It's hard to wait. It smells so good. And oh boy, it is lip-smacking good. Here it comes, your Southern-style just right barbecue on a bun with all the delicious trimmings. A snack to remember. Enjoy it now along with your choice of hot or cold drinks. It's a favorite of all the family, prepared and served just right.
Right on the other side of the glass, looking right into mine, I was terrified.
Face? A human face?
A ghastly caricature, like something distorted by pressure. A horrible, grotesque imitation of the face looking right into my eyes.
To think, a fantastic gnome like you had to hurtle out of space to put this power into my hands. I'm going to tear out every secret you've got.
I'll give you until 11 o'clock to try what you can. If you're not back by that time, we'll open fire.
But you've got to at least give us time.
By that time, your job must be finished. If it isn't,
what's his appearance here mean? At midnight, when the planet is at its closest approach to Earth, an invasion will be launched.
$10:59.
Fire!
You know, I think this maybe was a bad idea. What do you think?
Well, we came out last night and rehearsed it. It
was funny last night.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, being here in the cemetery, you know, with all of this human grief, really is just bringing me down. And I think it's probably a mistake. You know, I think it's wrong. I think it's really, you know, we were supposed to do something that was sort of, you know, Halloween and all that kind of stuff. And now that I'm here, in retrospect, it's probably a bad idea.
Do you think a glass of warm Dr. Pepper would help you?
It might.
Okay.
Do you know where?
No.
The coming attraction. Incredible is the word for the world's first monster musical. See in magnificent Eastman color the daring, dancing, enticing, and horrifying. The incredibly strange creatures who stopped living and became mixed-up zombies.
Obey.
Who is the woman branded in birth wearing the wart of horror? The world's first monster musical. The incredibly strange creatures who stopped living and became mixed-up zombies.
And now, if you dare, look into the hypnotic eye.
No one was safe against it.
The house on Haunted Hill, where so far the ghosts have murdered only 7 people. So won't you come and make it 8? Mysterious pools of blood dripping from the ceiling. Hurry, or you'll be late for your own funeral.
A beautiful, innocent girl on her honeymoon. Her passionate dreams of perfect romance turned into a living nightmare. The man she had loved was merely the hollow shell for the invaders from outer space. Was it true? Could space monsters mate with Earth women? See the startling answer in the shocker of them all. Could she touch the body of this masquerading alien who wanted to learn the secrets of human love?
Your race has no women. It can't have children. It will die out.
Eventually we'll have children with you.
What kind of children?
Space children, spreading a network of terror through a top-secret missile base in a nation's desperate hour of decision. Space children, the dangerous pawns of a power so strange that no sentries can stop them. No army can destroy them.
Get those kids out of there!
We don't, we don't have much of a budget on the show, and I was wondering, if you could remember, some of the places maybe you buried some of the films that you retired, back on the old show.
Yeah, I don't know if I could give that out. A lot of people would come out here and start digging them up, and
No, I won't. I won't tell anybody about it. This is just you and me, Bob.
Yeah.
I mean, this isn't some sort of, we're not going to put this over the air. I'm just
not.
no.
Okay.
No, I'm just going to come out here, with a metal detector or a spade or whatever, at night. And if Attack of the Mushroom People, I mean, you think maybe it's over there? Attack of the Mushroom People might be over there.
I think it's way over there.
Because that sort of monument, I think, was in the background.
Yeah.
When you were talking about it. And I did a couple of, I brought out like a little garden weasel, out here. And I thought maybe I saw it, but it was just like a bottle cap or something,
Yeah.
I thought maybe on top of a film can, but it was nothing,
Yeah. I thought I'm sleeping somewhere.
Yeah? At the Motel 6?
No?
No?
That hotel I meant, right?
A hotel, Hotel California.
Right.
That one?
Yeah, it's a song.
It's a song, right. That was the Beach Boys?
Yep.
Wow. They were something.
Did they ever make a horror film?
The Beach Boys?
Yeah.
I think they made Horror at Party Beach.
Oh,
I think
that's
that was
right.
the Beach Boy horror film.
That was terrible.
Oh my goodness. I'm glad they stuck with the music and stopped making the horror films because, once you get a bunch of kids in striped shirts making a
you
horror film,
can't mix them like that. Yeah.
No, it's really a bad idea. Yeah. Just like this is just sort of a bad idea. The whole thing.
Yep.
And I just think maybe next time, we just, do you really need a host, really?
Well, I think they come in handy.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Because we can just show the stuff, and just stay home.
You need a host.
Yeah?
Yeah. Tell jokes and say hello to his mom over the phone, on the ship back there in Ohio.
Yeah. You think I should maybe try and tell some jokes on my show?
I think I would work on it.
Yeah. Maybe people would like that.
But your films are jokes a lot of times, right?
Well, see, that's what I figure. They're making their own jokes. I don't want to interrupt them. Yeah. I don't want to compete with the jokes that they're making at home.
You don't want too much laughter on a Saturday night.
Absolutely not, because then that just gets out of hand and then the cops come and it's just a big mistake.
Yeah.
Scary. You may remove your blood-o-vision glasses. The producers of this film forgot their brain on the end titles. The Head That Wouldn't Die, I believe, was a Ron Jeremy film. I'm not sure. Mr. Lobo's losing a lot of blood. Thank you for watching Cinema Insomnia.
Welcome to Channel 2's version of Saturday Night Fever.
Terror strikes from the bottom of the sea.
I'm having a lot of heartburn lately. I wonder what it is.
Oh, we ran that?
It's all very super portable. I have what we call our live action camera, or our version of your camera.
Tainted our images beyond repair.
I've never heard of the Bob Wilkins show, but if he shows my films, God bless him and long life to him.
Forrest J. Ackerman is back with us this evening.
I want to thank you also for the way in which you treated the Star Trek phenomenon.
I'm doing a play. I relax.
For the first annual Monster Movie Game Quiz Show. First time ever on television, maybe the last time.
Captain Cosmic, a defender of truth from a faraway planet.
John, took it in a different direction.
Isn't that Stanley guy cute?
That's why I I demanded to appear on Creature Features tonight.
I bet this next thing is going to make you puke your guts out.
And I've got John Stanley where you've always wanted him for showing you all those rotten movies.
This is the only reason I'm still in the Bay Area, John, is I've been waiting for you to invite me on your show.
Well, the folks at home are going, all right.
It's one of the saddest nights since they took Bowling for Dollars off of Channel 5. Remember?
This is a news package shot that same day by KXTV reporter Jonathan Mumm.
A monster leaving a trail of carnage, spreading panic across a continent.
They were called various things, creature feature, shock theater, nightmare theater, but they all had one thing in common, a live in-studio host.
Okay, let's get back to the man with x-ray eyes.
In Sacramento and Oakland, it was a man by the name of Bob Wilkins. He was different than the other hosts.
I think I was the only one that didn't put on a costume or something like that.
The very first one was Vampira in 1954 Los Angeles. But horror hosts didn't catch on until 3 years later when movie studios began packaging their old horror films for television. Ratings, though, didn't follow.
Where are they? Where are the bodies?
To get those bodies in front of the television sets, TV stations added the hosts. Morgus the Magnificent in New Orleans, Marvin the Beatnik in Chicago, Jeepers Creeper in Hollywood, and Zachary in Philadelphia. It worked.
Puttering around the house here, taking care of the lawn and trying to fix the old fence and stuff.
A former weatherman, Bob Wilkins first went on the air as a Sacramento horror host in 1966.
You're not dreaming. You're watching Cinema Insomnia.
This week he was back in his old haunt, so to speak, to appear on a modern-day public access version of those old shows, hosted by one Mr. Lobo, who grew up watching Wilkins on TV.
I remember being 8 years old and hiding under the coffee table with my hands covering my eyes, and Bob was like the calming presence. You know, he was so normal.
The first movie that I had to show was one of the worst movies I had ever seen in my life, okay? So I told those people watching that you might as well go to bed.
It became his trademark.
People write to me all the time and they tell me they do things while this movie is on, and I can understand it. Not tonight's first film, but the second movie you're going to be cleaning the bathrooms and doing a lot of stuff there at home.
The live part eventually gave way to videotape in the 1970s, but originally everything went out on the air just as it happened, mistakes and all.
Like one time a janitor, you know, they clean up when I'm trying to do the show and stuff. And he went right through the, right in front of the cameras, you know. And
Wilkins' props were simple. His cigar, his rocking chair, his goofy guests.
And right after that, the Martian Report. The Martian Report. It was fun. It was like stealing money, as far as I'm concerned.
Bob Wilkins saying, have a nice evening.
You too, Bob. Jonathan Mumm, News 10.
This is more footage from our original Halloween special.
Okay. I would like to do the one where I introduce you, and you just pretty much tell me that, you know, I don't have it. You know, I'm kind of a phony. When you were doing your show, you had a real job. You know, whatever. You know, maybe my wife would want to see me at home more. You know, just let me have it.
Like we did it in the restaurant today.
Yeah, right. Exactly like that.
In the restaurant today? One final audio check, right?
You're not dreaming. You're watching Cinema Insomnia.
Bob, real quick.
You are dreaming if you're out here at midnight, I'll tell you that.
Okay.
Mr. Bob Wilkins, it's an honor to see you, sir.
Well, thank you for inviting me out on Halloween night here. And I just feel that it's not appropriate to make fun of the dead.
Fair enough.
And a lot of people have said that your career is dead.
Depends who you ask.
I ask not too many people, about 1,400 we had a survey.
Okay.
But anyway, I've got to go now.
All right.
All right. Good luck.
Thank you. What would you like to do first? Anything in particular, or?
Are we rolling now?
Pretty soon here, yeah.
I was just wondering why you picked tonight, of all nights, you know, to come out to the graveyard.
Well, you know, we're doing the Halloween show, and, you know, you had done some wraps of your show here at the cemetery, and we were going to show those, and, you know, we thought it might be a nice sort of tie-in,
and of course with all the you know, the scary stuff and the headstones and all that.
Is the check in the mail?
I'll have to talk to the front desk, but I believe the check is in the mail, sir, and we'll definitely, we can take care of that after the show.
I know you gave me rolls of pennies last time I was here.
Well, yeah, yes, well, we're having some budget constraints, but you know, we're pushing through, and you know, this time I think you know, it'll really be worth your while to stick around.
Okay,
and
I will.
check out what we have to offer here on Cinema Insomnia. And right now we're going to go into some highlights from last year's Halloween show. I hope you enjoy this.
Just
all right?
You're looking that way, you're looking that way.
All right. Just uncomfortable silence,
Just
basically.
maybe,
right. You want to do that?
Yeah. Another one is we just sat here looking at each other and like, let's go home. It's getting cold out here.
All right.
I think we should go now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I have the speed. Want me to take that?
Oh, what is that in the shot? I'll keep it in my pocket.
Okay,
All right.
That was good.
Yeah,
I
just
like that.
awkward
I like
silence.
that.
All right, fine. All right. How about if I do one with just Bob? Just Bob there. We could do him by himself,
or
he could and maybe just introduce a clip or. Here's,
Lobo's gone, right?
Yeah. So you say you're not dreaming, you're watching Cinema Insomnia, and then he'll pan over to you.
I can't say that last word.
Cinema Insomnia. You can slow it down if you want to.
Or you can.
Yeah.
Or you can butcher it.
Or you can butcher it.
You can
That's
say
great, too.
Cinnamon Osama. I don't care. Whatever you want to say.
Or we can give it a try. If it doesn't work, just keep going, and that's great.
Yeah.
Too.
I'm Bob Wilkins, and you're watching Cinema Insomnia. Simonize goes on cars. I'll be back in just 30 seconds.
Mo, we got it. We got it.
You got what?
We found a way to put Simonized car wax and Simonized car cleaner all in one push-button can.
And just how does it work, Professor Nitwit?
Come on, we'll show you. Come on, we'll show you. Come on, Now look, it squirts on. You push the button. See? See?
And then what?
You spread it around and let it dry.
And it's really Simonized, is it?
Watch this.
Sure, it's Simonized. Look at that shine.
We'll be famous. We'll make a fortune. We'll call it Instant Simonized.
Instant Simonized, you lame brains. You can already buy Instant Simonized everywhere.
Instant Simonized? They thought of it too?
Simonized thinks of everything. Try Instant Simonize, another easy new way to brighten your day. From Simonize Company.
You have any idea how to get out of here?
No. Is that a Starbucks over there? You think?
I don't know. I dropped a coin in it, nothing came out.
Okay. You know, at times like this, I really wish I had like a cell phone or I don't know. What do you think if we could go this way and then keep on, well, I don't know.
Let's go. I like it.
This way?
Yep.
Okay, this way. Or maybe this way. Maybe this way. Yeah.
I don't know. But speaking of Halloween movies, Night of the Living Dead, if they've never seen it, is a very powerful film for.
We showed that Halloween night, and I think it was probably our best show that we've shown yet.
Yeah.
I think probably the quality. I think people were probably shocked because the movie was actually watchable, first of all, because the performances in that actually are not too bad.
Yeah.
You know, especially for your independent kind of B movie. You know, and it's very scary. And I think that people were actually shocked that we were able to get that movie, but of course it's royalty free, so we can just run it into the ground.
Well, that was done by all amateurs back east. Then they did a what do you call it, the second version of
Right,
it.
a remake, sort of?
Yeah, and it just fell on its face.
I was at a convention and someone was looking for the colorized version of the original one, and they wanted to know if it was going to come out on DVD. And I'm thinking to myself, why would you want to see this movie in color?
Yeah.
It is so effective in black and white.
Right.
I think if for a first-time filmmaker or independent filmmaker, I mean, color can give away a cheap project much faster than just about anything, I think.
Right.
I think black and white, you're dealing with contrast and light and shadow, and it's a much more abstract kind of experience, and I think that you know, it's a more forgiving medium when you're working in black and white, and I just think too it's scarier in black and white.
Yeah. And so we'll get back after more commercials.
If you say so.
Pumpkins grin, and an unmistakable surge of evil is felt as darkness falls.
Bang, bang, pounding at the door. A gang of ghouls screams trick or treat, and I warn them of the house at the end of our street. Don't haunt the house at the end of the street. Got sick, poison candy they did eat. People say it was the house at the end of the street. Don't haunt the house at the end of the street. Don't trick or treat, don't trick. Don't trick or treat, don't haunt the house at the end of the street.
Apples filled with razor blades and pins behind the shades. Never ever go inside, 'cause they come out at night.
Disappear, a horror waiting for them to meet. When they go in the house at the end of the street, don't haunt the house at the end of the street. Don't trick or treat, don't trick.
this a silent film?
Yes, it is. Okay. Oh, that's a good one here. You sitting? I like you sitting there. Yes. I like that.
Good night.
That remains to be seen.
It's a wrap.
You can see how this footage was incorporated on Cinema Insomnia, on Roku channel OSI 74, Vimeo, Twitch, and other media outlets. Thanks, Bob, for all your encouragement. For the rest of you, watch horror and sci-fi films and keep America strong. You have anything else to say? Nerds? That's not very nice.